What's going on, guys? My name is Dynasty. What I got for y'all today is another one of these Q&A videos. You guys loved our initial video starting off the series. The feedback was so great, so I figured, hey, let's give you guys one more of these because your questions are amazing. Our last video was so good, the feedback was unreal. So we're back at it again. You guys sent me some awesome questions over Twitter using the hashtag DynastyQnA. So with that said, guys, let's get into it. Our first question is coming from Legend X Ronin, and his question was, do you think we'll get a story pack and a combat pack too? I do think we are going to get some DLC characters, and usually I'm swaying towards the NPCs and another additional character. So in terms of getting both a story pack or a combat pack too, like I said, I could definitely see the story pack aspect being involved inside a combat pack too. So you get the NPCs, you got, like I said, Rain, Baraka, Sindel, then like the fourth character being somebody that's not in the story. For instance, everybody seems to want a guest character. If we do get a guest character and we get Spawn, they're Spawn, so you can't really call it a story pack. You gotta call it a combat pack. If we don't get like Spawn and we get an actual character from Mortal Kombat, what if you get a character like Shao Kahn who's not featured inside the story mode? What if you get a character like Smoke who has a small little cameo? Would you still consider it a story pack? So in terms of getting two DLC packages, I don't think so. I think we're gonna get just one, if that's the question. Either being a story pack or combat pack 2, regardless, I still think we're gonna have aspects from both inside this upcoming Combat Pack 2 DLC. That was a pretty lengthy answer, but hopefully you guys stuck with me, but that was a really awesome question nonetheless. But anyways, on to the next one, guys. Despair Hitler asks, Dynasty, what do you think the treat will be for the last-gen players who purchased Mortal Kombat X? Now, as of now, we still have no new information for the last-gen ports. However, we do see now that Edwin is teasing an announcement coming really soon. So when this game does get announced and released on the last-gen consoles, I still think that you guys are going to get like a complete edition, and I do think you're going to have either a free combat pack or a discounted combat pack. And when I say a free combat pack, people usually get really upset. They're like, Dynasty, the last-gen players do not deserve free DLC. We paid $30. So, I mean, that's your personal opinion. I think the least they could do is give them that because they've had to wait 5 or 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. Who really knows when this is going to get released? So they've had to wait quite some time to play this game. I'd kind of want to get compensated pretty good. So that's just my opinion, but yet, who knows? I do think that they will get a Combat Pack 2 either discounted severely or, of course, for free in a complete edition version of MKX. Awesome question, and on to the next. Robbie Nell asks, do you think there should be more than 4 characters in the Combat Pack 2? Now, this is a pretty tricky question because, selfishly, I want, like, an endless amount of DLC for Mortal Kombat X. I don't mind spending money on these characters, guys, because I love Mortal Kombat. I love this game, and I know a lot of you guys are diehards like me, hardcore fans of the series, and you'll take any DLC characters you can get. But if we're gonna be realistic here, I do think an additional 4 characters does kind of make sense, and I can see that being like the end-all, be-all for DLC in this game. Now, the first combat pack, boom, 4 characters. The next combat pack kind of makes sense because you got your 3 NPCs and that 4th character that can be just about anybody if you think about it. Mortal Kombat character, guest character, anything really. And though I know there's a lot of guys that you want to see as DLC after, say, the NPCs get added in and this additional 4th character, you gotta save some for the upcoming game. Mortal Kombat 11 needs that uniqueness, so you gotta save Frost, you gotta save Baraicho, Nightwolf, Serena, a lot of these characters that made cameo appearances, though I would love to have them now. You gotta just wait sometimes, because if you throw in like a Baraicho now in Mortal Kombat X, would it really make sense? Because he only had 1 cameo appearance in this game. Save him for Mortal Kombat 11 where he has a bigger role in the story. The audience would then have that character development and it would all just, I think, go full circle. So, in my opinion, I do think that 4 characters should kind of be what we see inside this upcoming DLC pack. If it's more than 4, I'll take it. Trust me, I'll be there throwing my money at NetherRealm, but, man, I just can't see it happening. But anyways, awesome question. Prove me wrong, NetherRealm. I'll gladly say I was wrong if we get more than 4. But on to the next one. This is coming from Infernal. He asked, will Shujinko return in future installments? I think it's kind of a gimme that he will. He played pretty much a really big role in Deception. They really expected this Shujinko character to be the next generation's Liu Kang. Though he didn't really live up to standards, I still do think with the story that he had with Onaga, spoiler alert, him being deceived by the fake Elder God there, Damashi, and of course, the Dragon King, he played a pretty big role inside the previous generation of Mortal Kombat games. To not see his character return would be kind of a shame. I mean, hell, I'll take a younger Shujinko where he's a bit more interesting instead of this old man with the Mantis fighting style, but he does make a little cameo appearance inside Cassie's ending of this game, where she does kill him. So, yeah, that ending's not really working out in his favor, but endings aren't canon usually. So, awesome question, and on to the next. This next question is coming from Chris Vasquez, and he asks, do you think Harakiri should make a return in Mortal Kombat 11? Long story short, if you do not know what Harakiri is, it was a feature inside Mortal Kombat Deception. If you did lose a match to your opponent, either being a computer or a friend, you have the ability to commit suicide and die a warrior's death instead of having your opponent finish you off with a fatality. So it's pretty much like a big fuck you to your opponent. Like, hey man, you killed me, but you didn't really kill me. Imagine just being your opponent, and you're about to pull off this fatality, and then all of a sudden, Baraka just cuts off his own neck. Yeah, it'd be so much better now with online capabilities as well. Did you picture that now, how common Harakiris would be and how often they'd be used? I think it'd be the ultimate thing to do. Trolling people online is the funnest thing ever in my opinion, and that alone would be the end-all, be-all for trolling in a fighting game. So awesome question, Chris, and on to the next. Our next question is coming from Jay, and he asks, do you think there's a secret character we just haven't unlocked? Though I wish I could say yes, guys, because obviously Mortal Kombat has a thing for secrets, either being secret fights in the past, secret characters, secret anything really from Mortal Kombat games in the past. It's always been there. Secrets are a huge part of the Mortal Kombat lore. In my opinion, guys, I do not think there's a secret character in Mortal Kombat X that we haven't unlocked. If there was, we would have already found them inside the PC files of the game. The guys that just open up the PC files on the PC, they give us opportunities to see a lot of things we usually don't. So if there was a secret character, I think months ago that would have been discovered. But nonetheless, that's an awesome question, and on to the final question of this Q&A episode. Black Cop 31 asks, who was the better villain, Shao Kahn or Shinnok, and do you think an Injustice 2 will be possible? As for the latter part of your question there, Injustice 2 I think will be teased inside the upcoming E3 next year. I think that's a gimme. The first one was such a big hit. I think Injustice 2 is gonna happen. And as for who was the better villain, Shao Kahn or Shinnok, oh man, I gotta say Shao Kahn. You know, Shinnok is pretty much he's new with the whole big bad thing. I mean, Mortal Kombat 4, apart from that in Mortal Kombat X, he really didn't play that much of a role. Shao Kahn, however, always is like the classic bad guy, leading up to even Mortal Kombat 9, our last Mortal Kombat game, he was the bad guy. So Shao Kahn was more often than not the big bad in Mortal Kombat games, so I think that makes him the better villain. Not to mention, inside the Mortal Kombat films, you always have Shao Kahn. So anyways, guys, this is the end to our second episode of Dynasty's Q&A series. If you guys want to take part, of course, just tweet me your question using the hashtag Dynasty QnA, and then from there, if the question's good enough, I will answer. But hopefully you guys are liking these videos in this series. If you are, please drop a like. From there, leave a comment, let me know what you guys want to see as well, and subscribe for more Mortal Kombat X, guys. Anyways, I've been your host, I've been Dynasty, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.